Hello everyone, I'm Aratrika Bhaumek and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts This Week on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country last week. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court and then cover High Courts and other lower courts. If you like our content, please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Supreme Court of India has orally observed that it cannot entertain a prayer to identify religious and linguistic minorities at the district level, as it is contrary to the precedents which hold that such identification must be carried out at the state level. A bench of Justices UU Lalit and Ravinder Bhatt was considering a plea by Devkinder Thakur challenging a 1993 notification of the centre declaring Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Parsis and Jain as minorities at the national level and seeking directions to identify minorities at the district level. The Supreme Court has granted interim protection to Times Now anchor Navika Kumar from the multiple FIRs registered over the remarks made by Nupur Sharma about Prophet Muhammad in a channel show and future complaints which may be registered on the same issue. A bench comprising Justices Krishna Murari and Hima Kohli passed this interim order while issuing notice returnable within 2 weeks on the writ petition filed by Navika Kumar against the multiple FIRs registered in different states over the remarks made by Nupur Sharma in the channel show telecast on May 26th. The Supreme Court has granted bail on medical grounds to 84-year-old P. Varavara Rao, who has been booked under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in the Bhima Koragaon case for alleged links with banned Maoist organization. A bench comprising Justices UU Lalit, Aniruddha Bose and Sudhashnu Dhulia passed the order in the special leave petition filed by Rao challenging the Bombay High Court's refusal to grant him permanent bail on medical grounds. The bench clarified that the bail has been granted solely on medical grounds and shall not be taken as a reflection on the merits of the matter. The bench also took into consideration Rao's age, his medical conditions, and the 2.5 period of actual custody spent by him. While considering a plea seeking directions to the Election Commission of India to not permit political parties to promise freebies during election campaigns, the Supreme Court stressed on creating a balance between the welfare of the state and the economic strain on the public exchequer. The Chief Justice of India remarked, and I quote, "Economy losing money and the welfare of people both have to be balanced. That's why this debate, and there must be someone to put thoughts to the vision." The bench of CJI N.V. Ramana and Justice Krishna Murari also refused to look into the aspect of deregistering political parties for distributing freebies. On August 3rd, the court had opined that an expert body consisting of various stakeholders such as Niti Aayog, Finance Commission, Law Commission, Reserve Bank of India, and members of the ruling and opposition parties would be required to give suggestions to address the issues of promise of freebies during election campaigns. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the court proceedings in the multiple cases registered against Omkareshwar Thakur, the alleged creator of the Sulli Deals apps, which was used to do an online auction of several Muslim women. A bench comprising Justices Sanjay Kishan Kaul and M.M. Sundaresh issued notice to the governments of Delhi, UP and Maharashtra on the writ petition filed by Thakur seeking the clubbing of multiple FIRs. During the hearing, the bench orally observed that each victim woman was an aggrieved person who can file complaints separately. The Sulli Deals issue surfaced in July last year after several Muslim women raised the issue on social media about their pictures being uploaded in the app for a virtual auction. The Supreme Court has issued notice in a public interest litigation petition filed by financial journalist and managing editor of Money Life, Sucheta Dalal, concerning unclaimed funds of investors and depositors which are taken by various regulators and are not accessible to the rightful heirs of such funds. A bench comprising Justice Abdul Nazir and J.K. Maheshwari orally observed that it is a very important issue and accordingly issued notice on the PIL. The Supreme Court has issued notice in a petition preferred by State of Kerala against Kerala High Court's order of discharging alleged Maoist leader Rupesh, accused of charges under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and sedition under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code on the ground of irregularities in the order granting sanction for prosecution. The bench of Justices M.R. Shah and B.V. Nagaratna passed the order. Reiterating the importance of courts dealing with victims of sexual crimes in a sensitive manner, the Supreme Court has issued a slew of directions to the trial courts to avoid the agony and harassment of women who file complaints of sexual harassment. The court directed that in-camera trials should be allowed in all cases relating to sexual harassment. As per Section 327 of the CRPC, in-camera trials are mandated only in rape cases. The ambit has now been expanded by the court. Further, the court issued directions to ensure that cross-examination of the victim is carried out in a sensitive and respectful manner. The bench comprising Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice J.B. Pardiwala noted that legal proceedings tend to be more onerous for complainants of sexual assault as they are dealing with trauma and societal shame. Thus, the courts have an important responsibility to appropriately handle such matters. The Unnao rape survivor has moved a transfer petition in the Supreme Court of India, seeking transfer of a counter case filed against her by the father of Shubham Singh, one of the accused men facing trial in New Delhi for the gang rape of the minor petitioner. As an interim relief, the petition has sought a stay on a non-bailable warrant issued by the Additional Chief Judicial Magistrate of Unnao against her. The FIR was filed under various sections of the IPC as a counter-blast against the minor petitioner, her uncle and her mother. The petition has highlighted the clear, grave and real risk to her personal safety if she is forced to appear before and face a criminal trial in Unnao district, where she was repeatedly raped and gang-raped in 2017 by politically powerful men. A special PMLA court has remanded Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut to judicial custody in the Patra Chaul scam case till August 22nd. The special judge passed the order after the ED did not seek his further custody and sought for him to be remanded in judicial custody instead. After noting his health condition, the court directed prison officials to produce the MP before the Arthur Road prison superintendent to acknowledge his heart condition and ensure proper medication. Roth has been allowed home-cooked food and required medication while in judicial custody. A student has moved the Calcutta High Court against the registration of an FIR under Section 295A of the IPC over a Facebook post made by him containing a portrait depicting an intimate scene between Lord Krishna and Radha influenced by Geet Govinda, an epic love poem of Jayadeva. Taking into account the facts of the case, the High Court prima facie noted that the criminal complaint in the case did not disclose a cognizable offence and that the registration of the FIR against the petitioner over the FB post curtailed the right of freedom of speech under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause G of the Constitution. A POCSO court in Kerala has directed the Central Bureau of Investigation, that is the CBI, to conduct a re-investigation into the infamous Walayar case, which involves the unnatural death of two Dalit sisters. The concerned special court quashed the charge sheet recently filed by the CBI, finding the matter to be a case of suicide and allowed the plea moved by the mother of the girls seeking a re-investigation of the case, alleging that her daughters had not died by suicide but were murdered by the accused. Two sisters aged 13 years and 9 years respectively were found hanging in the one-room house on separate days within a span of 3 months in 2017 in the Walayar district. Post-mortem reports disclosed that they were subjected to rape before their deaths. The Bombay High Court has granted bail to Vipul Chitalia, former vice president of Gitanjali Group of Companies and an accused in the multi-crore Punjab National Bank scam involving Mehul Choksky, owner of the group. Justice Bharati Dagre granted bail to Chitalia 4.5 years after he was arrested in the scam in March 2018. He was booked under various sections of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Thank you. Keep watching Codes This Week on LiveLaw for more such updates.
subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from LiveLaw.